In the last few years, the Tel Aviv University Art Gallery has become a place for unique collaborations between artists and scientists from across campus. In the case of this exhibition, titled In the Mind's Eye, we collaborated mostly with scientists from the Segol School of Neuroscience here at Tel Aviv. The exhibition explores the relationships between perception and cognition, between what we see, the eye, and what we can know or learn from it, the mind. Especially at challenging times like this, in an era that has been often called the post-truth era, with new technologies of deep fake and social realities that are much more divisive and extreme than before. We thought that University Gallery is the ideal place to ask questions about these relationships instead of just provide answers. 6 selected Israeli artists visited labs, participated in experiments, conducted interviews, and created site-specific installations that respond to what they saw. In this process, we learned that there are certain things that are right in front of us, but we don't see them, or there are things that we see, but we don't know that we saw them. We learned that our perceptions are different because our cognitive structures are different, and these relationships between the outer and the inner are much more complicated than we thought before. In response, the artists created works that prompt viewers to examine perspective shift, looking into the invisible, how visual attention works, dream vision, the relationship between the auditory and the visual, and more. Artist Maya Toon's sensitive, powerful drawings present worlds that are hybrid, disruptive, imaginary, sometimes unsettling. Exploring the relationship between visibility and knowledge, she brings together text and image to ask, is the world becoming a dream, or is the dream becoming a world? Or in an image of an eye with text, she writes, I am unknowing, as if by looking we know less and less. Or the video of a moon-like basketball, which takes 24 minutes and 24 seconds to empty and become full again, and is made out of 16,000 frames of drawing, giving us a different grasp of the time required to create and to experience works of art. We have artist duo Noy and Tamir, who met with Professor Yair Bar Chaim, the head of the Laboratory for Anxiety and Post-Trauma at TAU, and they created a traumatic world rooted in their own experience with anxiety and trauma triggered by mechanisms of power and control.
They're marching down the halls, they're crawling on the walls, they're gooey-gushy, squishy, mushy, rotten to the core, they're standing outside your door.
The different stimuli compete for our visual attention, criticizing the normalization of violence in our society. Shir Lusky's work, titled The Blue Spot, inhabits the intermediate spaces between wakefulness and sleep, between reality and dreamscapes, the permanent and the ephemeral. She juxtaposes different elements that separate and merge with one another alternatively, as in a dream consciousness. Then we have The Messenger by Eshchar Hanoch Klingbeil, which grew out of his interest in astrophysics and objects in outer space, which can never be seen directly. He spoke with Dr. Yair Arkavi, who studies black holes and gravity waves, also things that are not visible. And he created a grand installation that is all drawing, pencil on paper, with projections and reflections that summon a process of searching within the invisible, looking at the conditioning and anticipation of human vision. Ronen Sha'arabani's work was formed in collaboration with Professor Yossi Yovel, who studies echolocation in bats. It is a kinetic installation that involves AI and invites visitors to walk around holding on to an ultrasound detector, to see through sound, to hear an image of their surrounding, and to push the boundaries of human perception. Karen Geller's work, titled Default Mode Network, was part of an ongoing dialogue with Professor Yaniv Ostap, who studies brain structure and activity. It provides different perspectives on the human gaze at animals that are put in captivity and the types of traumas that they provoke. This fusion of artistic and scientific expertise in this exhibition creates a truly innovative and enriching experience for our viewers. Only in a university could the artists be exposed to such fascinating studies from so up close. They responded to the richness of scientific inquiry in creative, sensual, and critical ways, giving us a lot of material for future thought. Our mission is to continue allowing such different worlds to meet in our gallery, producing new, innovative ways to experience knowledge.